1996, Chicago. The Red Mill. Hot. Sticky. Sunday. That night, I fell in love with Daniela Ray. Or maybe I'd always been. I remember the sun was long gone, but the heat wouldn't leave. All the hours I spent pressing the kinks out of my hair had gone to waste. My roots reverted from the sweat. My heart was pounding against my ribcage as my feet slammed against the pavement. Malcolm was up ahead, his tiny head bobbing. The mill was still blocks away, but music was spilling onto the streets. It was so loud that in a different neighborhood, they'd call the cops. The trumpets screamed, the guitars wept, and Daniela's voice was shaking the ground beneath me. My feet couldn't move fast enough. As I turned the block, the mill was finally in sight. The building looked like it was jumping. Dust leapt out of the tiny cracks in the bricks. The Red Mill Café was written in pink cursive letters on the awning, and hundreds of tiny dancing gold lights adorned every inch of the building, making it stand out against the boring buildings glued to it. My breath caught in my throat as I finally made it in line. There must have been about 30 people waiting to get in. The tiny café was bursting at the seams. Today seemed like the right day for a low-cut tank top, but white wasn't the right color. Still good. I whispered, sniffing my armpit, relieved by the lingering floral scent and no stains. It's about 5 to midnight. You think we're gonna miss her last number? I was so close to the people ahead of me that even over the music, I could hear their conversation. The antsy guy was wearing a long black leather jacket, inappropriate for the weather but appropriately cool. He tugged on his girl's baggy t-shirt sleeve. She rolled her eyes. Suddenly, there was a strong scent of alcohol in the air. Ain't you too old to be carrying all that anyway? Malcolm's voice startled me. I had assumed he was inside already. I whipped my head around and saw him with Henrietta, surrounded by broken bourbon bottles. A stream of precious brown liquid flowed down the street toward a manhole. I debated pretending I didn't know that fool, but anyone could see we were related. Hazel eyes, wide noses, and full lips. Identical. With a deep sigh, I left the line to try to fix his mess. He meant that as a worry, not as an insult, I said, slapping the back of his head. Well, your ass is better off worrying about how you're gonna pay for this spilled liquor. I hoped Henrietta was joking. I only had enough cash to get inside. I wished I could have given Henrietta more than that. She created a space for all of us to pour art into, and we owed her a lot for that. She must have seen the way I kept glancing at the entrance. How does this sound, Joyce? She spoke slowly. You don't gotta pay right now, but you owe me. And tonight, you're going on. I swallowed hard. Hell no. I didn't even break the bottles. You really gonna spend the rest of your life in the back of the room?